Hey Ross, this is Dave. Figured rather than just take a picture of this machine, I'd get a video of it working. I had to work on it for a few hours today. This was the one that had the most things wrong with it, so I had to go through and correct a bunch of issues. But this is not what the machine will look like. I hate to even take videos or pictures of machines that are in this condition because they don't look anything like this when I get done with them. But it functions, so I thought I'd show that to you. Now if you're just doing trays, we leave it in normal tension mode. I've got it set on 4. And as you can see, it bites in good. That keeps the strap from sliding off the end, but that's how fast it is. And this is 24, it's 23 and a half there, but you can actually, a full-size tray fits right in there because the tray's beveled a little bit. It fits in tight, but it'll do a large-size tray, it'll do a bucket, and it'll do a small tray. But the really nice thing is the soft touch that I was telling you about. We push the soft tension button and it turns off the tension motor. So then you can take your, I'm using this because I don't have any number 10 envelopes, but you can take your flats, put it down, and it just barely bites into the edge of the envelope, but not enough to tear it. The reason this is nice, now this strap has embossing on it, which is the bumps. The machines work better with the embossed strap. Mosca does make a perfectly smooth clear, but the machines have a little harder time feeding it. Not quite as functional as this strap. So I sell nothing but this strap, and I've never had anybody tell me that their postmaster returned it. Although this is like 92% of the clarity standard of the domestic mail manual. So what I tell my customers, most of my customers do use these by hand. I say just don't strap over the label, but if you do, once in a blue moon, they don't care. I still got people that use string and do up their flats with string. Way up north where they're the largest mailer in a small town way up in upper Michigan. So this machine, I'm going to take you on a little tour of it. Hopefully I can do this without messing things up here with my tripod. As you can see, Mosca did not prime the metal. So the blue paint that's on the ends, around the door and on the cover, see the door over there? The blue paint stuck really well, but for some reason that white didn't. So I will be sanding that all down, priming it with catalyzed epoxy primer, and then hardened white. Normally I would just clean it, but I can't let this go out with that like that. That component you see right there, that's the Achilles heel of this machine. It's a 24 volt regulated power supply, and this one blew right as I was testing it. So there's the new one. It has been mounted because I got to paint first, but nice new power 24 volt power supply. This machine has a couple of options that are really like $1,200 if you bought a machine from Mosca. It's got the electric eye, and the electric eye is pretty cool because you can just put a bundle in there and it'll strap. I don't like them with people that don't know how to use them because they jam up the machines. So a lot of people will just tell their people to use a foot pedal. It also has rollers in the table, which is like a $600 option. They're not in. I have the rollers for this other side. They're not in there because the last guy that had this didn't like rollers in the table. He wanted that side to be smooth. There's the reel. Put the reel on, feed it up through. And as you can see over here on the left side, that black thing, black square, that is a makeshift hinge. The little door, they broke the door and then they cut a piece of plexiglass out of plexiglass that is way too thick for this machine and made a door that doesn't work. So I will be either buying the new plexiglass pieces or getting a sheet and making my own. It's not too hard, but I'll have that all fixed up, and I do have the latches so that it will latch tight and it'll be perfect. So this thing will be clean. It's dirty as heck, but this guy that had this machine in 20 years never cleaned them. But he didn't put too many cycles on it. I know all these machines have under 1 million cycles, and every one that I've sold so far have turned out fantastic. So for the money, this is about the and I am going to do a few extra things for you guys just because you're long-term customers. But this is about the least expensive Mosca that I possibly can sell. Just the heater alone, I might have to replace the heater in this, is $500. So any parts I put into this, they just, you know, go up, they get up there in price. Unfortunately, heaters, I don't have too many used heaters. So I'm going to post this on YouTube tonight, and then you got any questions, you can call me. I'm going to hold off on starting to refurbish it because I'm working on this machine over here. That's an inline corrugated machine. You see it's got the compression bar. This is what they look like when I get done with them. And this one was really pretty bad. Packaging Corporation of America had this one, and they were not nice to it. But when I get done with them, I paint them, clean the daylights out of everything, make everything back the way they're supposed to be. New hoses, new pads on the bottom of the compression bar. That's a compression bar that pushes down on the bundle before it straps. So that one there's got to be done because that's a $15,000 machine. Got to get that one done. All right, I'll be talking to you. Have a good one.